Yo, what's poppin', people? Cobra Star Green back with you another video today. Y'all first time finding my channel or anything like that for your boy, definitely hit the subscribe button. Also, like the video, really does help. Yes, today I'll be doing my review for John Wick. Not number 4, not just number 4, but chapter 4, yo. Yes, now if you guys know me, you guys know I am growing to love this series. But how would this one rank compared to the other ones? Well, we're gonna talk about it. And I should say, before the video really kicks off, this is a spoiler review. Spoiler review. Now, as I say that, we're going to talk about the biggest spoilers first. You hear me? The biggest ones we're talking about up first. So, go ahead and cue the intro.
Probably you, we got a problem, 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 it's probably you, yeah, we got a problem, we got a problem, we got a problem, we got a problem, we got a problem.
So, yes, I get to finally talk about this John Wick movie. Now, I do need to talk about the before the movie. You know, so let me go ahead and get this out the way because, you know what I'm saying, I kind of went through some stuff before the movie even started. So if some of you guys know, some of you guys don't. I had to watch John Wick Chapter 4 on the ground. Yes, you heard me. You're like, that don't even make any sense, Cobra. How'd you watch it on the ground? Well, let me tell you. So I am part of like the press that go see the movies early and stuff like that. So they always invite us out, right? So the email for this one was like, yo, just show up, I think by like 6:30 or something, and like you'll be all right. So I rode with the Double Toasted crew. We all got there around like 6:45, something like that, right? Now when we get there, there's this humongous ass line. Like it's like out the door long. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh crap, everybody's not getting in, right? But we go up to the table and they're like, oh, y'all are Double Toasted, y'all are pressed. Oh, he's like, yeah, we'll get you guys in. We'll get you guys in, right? So I'm like, cool. But at the same time, I'm starving. So I go grab me something to eat real quick, right? And then bring it back. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's there's like no seats in here. You know, there's nothing. But then one of the reps was like, no, he's with press. We got to get him in there. So, you know, I kind of feel special at that moment. But they were like, yeah, we got to get him in there somewhere. So as all this stuff is going, all this chaos around me is going on, I'm still trying to be patient. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, let's not get angry over something small, right? So we all finally go into the theater. Mind you, I got a +1 with me. I brought somebody with me to see this movie with me, right? So we're in there and literally I'm going by everybody. Everybody's like, nah, there's no seat next to us. We're saving it, right? So there is just no seats in the theater, right? One of the reps comes up and she's like, here, one of you can take my spot. Now, I'm gonna be a gentleman, of course, so I just gave my +1. I said, look, here, just sit right here. I'll find out what to do. I'll just find something. So I had her sit in that one open seat in the theater, right? And they're like, well, you know, you could just stand up the whole entire time and watch the movie. I'm like, I'm not finna stand up for this 2-hour and 50-minute movie. I don't know what the hell you think I am. But I was like, what I can do is I could just go up the steps and I'll just sit down. I mean, it is what it is. My butt's gonna be hurting for about 2 hours, but it is what it is, right? I want to see this movie. So that's what I ended up doing, man. I ended up just sitting my ass down on this goddamn hard ass floor for 2 hours and 50 minutes of this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it is what it is. I was super upset at first and super frustrated, but after a while, I was just like, look, man, it was out of these reps' control. It was a really chaotic screening. Another thing is they was pretty, y'all. They was. I was like, I can't get mad at no cute girls, bro. I can't, bro. But yeah, that really beforehand, it was. I didn't think I was gonna see the movie at first. You know, I thought it wasn't gonna happen. But now that we here, let's go ahead and talk about it. So like I said, we going out and we starting out with a bang. Yeah, you know your boy John Wick? Well, how they be saying it? Well, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 4.
Damn! He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
Yes, y'all, I know. And it was crazy because somebody was telling me beforehand, they're like, yo, John, this will be the last John Wick. John Wick ain't making out of this one. But I didn't believe him. And yes, at the end of the movie, John Wick ends up dying at the end. Now, it's a peaceful death. It's kind of a weird death if you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we'll break it all down in a little bit, but I just really want to get that part of the way. But it was a good going out for John Wick. John Wick at the end of the movie really felt like, hey, I did what I wanted to be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? I'm free. So that's pretty much John Wick thing real quick. But we'll get deeper into that in a little bit, man. I do want to talk about other characters. I'll talk about Lance Reddick, Lawrence Fishburne, all those characters in a little bit. But let's go ahead and talk about the plot really quickly. Story. What this movie about, man? So without confusing you guys too much, pretty much the plot of this one is, like I said before, John Wick just trying to find a way to get his freedom, to get out of all this stuff that has caused these 4 movies. You know, he's trying to rid all this. And there is one way to do it, with a special duel. Now, does he win this duel at the end of the movie? We'll talk about that in a little bit. But that is the only way to, like I said, get his freedom. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what the movie is. John Wick just trying to grab it, just trying to get his freedom. Doing anything he can to get out and to be free. Pretty much it. Now, what you guys know to come and to expect these movies, if you go into these John Wick movies, you're like, man, I'm only coming to see one thing, Cobra, one thing. And it's these goddamn action sequences, these action scenes. That's all I care about, Cobra. And you get a lot of that here. I promise you. If you guys, this one really reminds me of the third one with the action sequences. Now they're really crazy in this one. Like they're done over the top in this one, but they're still really good and they're still really cool to look at. I remember you'll just catch yourself looking at the screen like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on, but this is amazing. Like literally, that's how you will catch yourself doing that. And it's super cool to look at, man. It's amazing. Choreography work, amazing camera work to show the attention to detail on the action sequences. Amazing. I gotta give it to him because I don't think these people get enough credit. Amazing stunt. The stunt people. I've got to think. That's stunt choreographers. They do an amazing job on this film too. They don't get enough credit for it. Like I might show you guys a clip right here.
3, 2, 1, action!
Like these people just don't get enough credit for the work that they put forth. But I'm gonna give you guys y'all credit. Y'all did y'all damn thing. So look, if you guys are here because you guys seen the rest of the John Wick movies and you just want that action. Yeah. They definitely deliver on another level here. Like I said, man, look at that. Look right there. This movie gets crazy, y'all. It's not as grounded as the other ones. You know what I'm saying? When we first started out, it was super grounded. Now every movie we're kind of getting a little bit above ground. We're getting higher above ground. And this one just freaking goes crazy. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I don't think that should be something that should take you out the movie. Now, yes, John Wick is pretty much a goddamn Avenger at this goddamn point. Literally, if you watch the movie, this dude consistently falls off. Well, if you saw the last movie, this dude fell off a freaking building.
Has to die.
So yes, he fell off a building in the last one, which is the most craziest crap, and survived that. So I guess everything we see here, we shouldn't be like really concerned over, or we shouldn't be criticizing it, because in this one, this dude gets ran over by so many goddamn cars, literally consistently ran over, and he don't take like no stem juice, no nothing. He just gets up, brushes off his shoulder, and he's back at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess if you wanted to ground it just a little more, or to explain your reasoning, director and writers, he could have just had a pocket full of stem and just stemmed himself or something. Y'all could have done something like that. But hey, I'll just say, man, like I said, if you guys are here for the great action sequences, and everything, just like in the last one, it's here, man. It's definitely brutal, just as brutal as the other ones. Actually, I might even say maybe this one might be a little more brutal, but then again, the other ones had people getting killed with pencils and everything, gruesome in the most gruesome ways, so maybe not. But yes, this action delivers on a whole nother level here. But let's go ahead and transition to talk about these goddamn characters. So yes, it's time to talk about all the characters. Now I will get deeper into, and I won't get too deep into these characters, but I'll talk about these characters. But I want to talk about one person first. And I want to give my condolences, and I just want to spend a quick time just talking about the great Lance Reddick. If you guys do not know, he passed away at the age of 60, I believe, before the movie actually released. And I think they did put something at the end, but I wasn't really looking. But I think somebody told me that they put like his rest in peace to Lance Reddick. Yes, he's in the movie, but he doesn't have much to do. And that's why I was really bummed out, because if you guys know me, the last movie, he was my favorite character in the last movie.
Well played, sir.
I loved him in the last movie, the hotel guy. I loved his character. I loved his personality. You know what I'm saying? That calm demeanor about himself. But in this one, there isn't too much for him to do here. Actually, he gets killed off in like the first 20 minutes of the movie. His character didn't serve too much of a purpose in this bigger role, or in this bigger world. And I wish he would have. I wish he would have like somehow joined John Wick on his journey, but he doesn't. And like I said, he gets killed by Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård's character. And I was just very, very saddened by that part. I was glad I was on the floor, because I was crying. You heard me? I had a tear in my eye. I said, he just passed away in real life, and now I gotta see him pass away again right here. Yeah, I was on the ground a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I was to myself. Nobody saw me. I don't think so. But yeah, man, I really wanted more from Lance Reddick's character in this one. But you don't really see too much. I don't know, man. That was probably the saddest part for me in the whole entire movie. I was like, damn, I wish Lance Reddick, for his last performance, at least in this John Wick series, to just go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it is what it is. Another thing we're gonna talk about, man. Let's talk about these main characters real quick. Let's talk about your boy. The reason why everybody comes to see these goddamn movies. Let's talk about one of the most likable people on planet Earth. Yes, you heard me. One of the most likable people on planet Earth. Talking about that boy John Wick. Yes, sir, John Wick. Look, like I said, he's super likable. There's no way you can hate the guy. But if I was his friend, look, if I was Keanu's friend, I would dead ass tell this dude, look, I love you, my brother, but you can't act to save your life. Yo, the director plays with it too. They know this. They know, like, all right, Keanu's not the best at delivering his lines, right? But boy, it is the absolute worst in this movie. I've never seen it just be so out there than it was in this movie. Because I know the last couple of ones were like bad, but like this one is like over the top bad. It was like the director was making fun of it type of bad. Like, and they would give him pretty much reaction dialogue to say. He's pretty much, Keanu in this movie was a reaction character. And the one-liners they would give this man, it wasn't convincing whatsoever. Like, let me show you guys a clip right here.
Goes the ground farewell tour.
Coming to an end.
Like, yo, what the heck is that? Come on, bro. And it's not even just that. I gave you guys one example. It's pretty much every time he has a piece of dialogue to say. He don't even say the most amount of dialogue to everybody. But it's like the lines he puts out, ooh, it is tough. It is tough to hear sometimes. But, you know, just, man, that's not why we here, bro. We're not here to hear Keanu Reeves talk. We're not here to hear John Wick talk. We're here to just see the action. And yes, he is an amazing, he's amazing in when he does action sequences. So that's why we all here. But yeah, man, that dialogue. But I mean, he's this far into the game, and it's never been fixed. They ain't fixing now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Honestly, I think it's just part of John Wick's character now to sound like this. But let's go and talk about the next character. Now, y'all crazy if y'all think I'm finna go through all these characters, but I am gonna talk about like at least the key couple people. But we'll talk about the next one, man. He's becoming like one of my favorite actors, I think. Bill Skarsgård, man. He's back here. He's actually the villain of the film. I like his personality because he's like the last villain in ways, you know, where you think there's not like a lot of depth to him, and he's just like, oh, and his only purpose is to be like, oh, I'm rich and I want you to kill John Wick. You go kill John Wick. You go kill John Wick. You know what I'm saying? That's like pretty much his purpose. But, you know, throughout the movie, you kind of see more of his personality kind of untwine and unravel a little bit. And I think that makes his character a lot better than the last villain we had in the movie, in the last villain. And I think like him performing as a menacing villain and how he comes across in the movie, I think really does well with Bill Skarsgård. I think Bill Skarsgård is definitely, he's adding range to it, because you guys know he was Pennywise, you know what I'm saying? He was, if you guys have not seen the movie, you need to go see this movie, The Barbarian. That's one of my favorite horror movie last year. Go see that. He's in the movie, you know what I'm saying? He's amazing in that. And I think he's even great in this. You know, I think everybody's great in here except for, you know, Keanu and his dialogue. But man, yeah, definitely his performance in here, and especially he has his accent in this movie. I think it just all works well. So yeah, kudos to Bill Skarsgård. I think he does a great job. And I think he'll win you guys over as being like, okay, this villain is somewhat to be intimidated by just a little bit, you know. So he works. Another character I want to talk about, man, and it's crazy that I say this because it kind of reminds me of something, and I'll get more into that. But I don't know, it's Don Yen, I think that's how you say his name, and he plays this blonde guy named Kane. And this dude is a freaking badass. Like, I mean, they always introduce these dudes as being badass, but they introduce him and he's kind of like this. You're like, what the hell wrong with this dude? And he's like, oh, he's blind. So I was like, okay, I wonder what they're gonna do with him, you know? And what they do with him is freaking spectacular. I hope that we get a spinoff with him, you know, just to go see what he's doing. You know, there was that end credit scene. Well, I'll talk about the end credit scene way deeper in the video. Man, he is amazing. Yo, like literally, like now there's some times where it's like how would he know a certain thing if he was blind? You know, but you can kind of just look over those parts. But yeah, man, for Kane, aka Donnie Yen, yo, he absolutely kills his performance. And there's something with these secondary villains that they always add an extra layer of personality to him, an extra layer of you just, okay, this ain't no guy that's one noted. You know, these guys have layers to him, and he's the only reason why he's in this movie is because Bill Skarsgård's an asshole, and he's pretty much like, yeah, you better do this or your daughter's not safe. So he doesn't even want to do it. Actually, Kane and John Wick, they're actually friends. And I actually like to see that perspective. Because, like, okay, how do you get... Because we've always had people that just been against John Wick, pretty much. And some of his friends have gotten killed. But it's like, okay, what if there's someone hired to kill him, but at the same time, they're friends with him? You know, so how would that go down? And I'm glad to see that they showed that perspective in this movie through Kane. And I think he did a phenomenal job here. Donnie Yen, I haven't seen him in too many things. They said he was in the first John Wick, but I don't remember seeing him there. But yeah, he did a phenomenal job here, man. Great job. Now I'm gonna talk about one more character. So next, I'm gonna talk about your boy Shamir. I think it's Shamir Anderson. He plays the tracker, and pretty much he's the male version of Halle Berry's character in the last movie. If you guys remember Halle Berry's character and how she had those goddamn dogs with her, I guess people really enjoyed those dogs because they definitely brought them back here, and they brought him back here with Shamir Anderson's character, aka the tracker. Pretty much, he pretty much can just track people, but he's also brought into the equation because of the fact that, like, he's like, shit, I'm just trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? That John Wick bounty ain't looking too bad, you know. So he's like, I'm just trying to get paid, and I'm gotta do what I gotta do. And I really liked his character arc in the movie. I think he had my favorite character arc because, like, okay, this is a spoiler review. We can get into this shit. But his character arc is pretty much like, yo, he had a clean shot to kill John Wick, and didn't do it because of the fact that not only did John Wick save his life, but John Wick also saved his dog's life. So he's like, damn. And even it was crazy because he was still like, well, fuck him, man. I'm still gonna kill him. But then his dog just looked at him and he was just like, he was like, damn, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And he just watched the last duel go off. And I was like, yo, I'm really digging this character. And I know they're already trying to get these little, but I know they're trying to get like these spinoffs going pretty much. And I wouldn't mind seeing him in a spinoff because he did a great job here too. You also have these other characters that show up too. I'm gonna talk about one of them really quickly just because he's not in the movie a lot, but he's a really cartoonish character. And it's crazy because if you really watch this movie, what I was thinking of, I was like, man, this is like me playing Apex. And it's just like, yo, pick your character. Because they all come with unique abilities. You know, John Wick, Kane being blind, Tracker, he can track people. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of reminds me of the Apex Legends game, if you guys have seen that one. But yeah, I want to talk about one guy really quickly. I don't even know his name, man, but you'll see him towards like the middle part of the second act of the movie. And I freaking loved his character. Now, let me see if I can find him really quickly. This is Scott Adkins right here, man. Scott Adkins in a freaking fat suit, pretty much. And his name in the movie is the Killer, or a Killer, I think that's his name. And I won't show you too much with his character, but if you guys have seen the movie, you guys know. You know what I'm saying? His character was lit. Like, you could tell this dude was full of it, right? But like, he was, the screen time he got, I'm like, yo, you were such a cartoonish ass villain, but I love it right here. It works, it fits. You know what I'm saying? I loved him. You know. Now he does, yeah. He ends up dying, but it takes him forever to die. Like, this dude takes like 30 bullets. It's weird. But yeah, man, amazing job. Now you also have Lawrence Fishburne, Brownie King, and you have Winston. Them both coming back. They don't have as much to do. I ain't gonna lie. Winston was an asshole at the end of the movie. So let me break this down at the end of the movie. Let's talk about it. So at the end of the movie, like I said, John Wick is pretty much just battling for his freedom. He has this. He can get one duel against Bill Skarsgård, pretty much, or AKA Kane at the end. And if he wins, he gets his freedom back. But this dude Winston was like, well, how do I win too? And if early on in the movie, Winston gets his whole entire hotel blown up, which I ain't gonna care. That was looking bad, because they made him sit there and watch his hotel get blown up. I would never sit there for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to kill me or something. But he sits there and he watches his hotel gets blown up, right? Everything he's worked for gets blown up. So at the end of the movie, with the duel, like I said, Keanu Reeves is trying to he's just doing it just to get it free, get out. But Winston's like, you know what? How do I win? Like I said, how do I win too? And he slips in something in his side of the deal. He's pretty much like, hey, look, if he wins, shit, I get my hotel back. And more, you know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the movie, when Keanu Reeves actually wins, and we'll talk about that, Keanu Reeves, one thing is like, look, man, just take me home. And Winston's like, okay. Next thing you know, Winston's just out. Winston just leaves the freaking, he's out the scene. And you just see Keanu Reeves like, Winston, and John Wick just dies. I was like, what the? I'm like, and Winston just freaking dipped. I'm like, Winston, where'd you go? I was like, John Wick was literally calling for you. You just left him. But yeah, I mean, they do great, but they're limited in their roles. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence Fishburne didn't really have anything to do in this movie. But yeah, Winston was he's just happy he got his goddamn hotel back pretty much at the end. But let's talk about that last duel really quickly, and then I'll go into my criticism, because there is some goddamn criticisms here. The last duel of the movie, the last thing was where John Wick, like I said, has to go against Bill Skarsgård's character, or Kane. He goes against Kane because Kane puts, or Bill Skarsgård like, no, you are fighting for me. So he tells Kane, you got to fight for him. And like I said, Kane is fighting because of his daughter. And it's really cool how this whole entire scene takes place, because it really makes me think, like, or had me realize that, yo, this movie is shot beautifully, man. I've never looked at colors in a movie like that, especially in a freaking action movie. But they were just done beautifully here. I don't have the last shot of the movie here when they were the real duel, but this is before the duel. And I was just like, holy crap, this movie is just shot amazingly here. But yes, they had this little duel, and like I said, he makes Kane do it for him. And I really, really liked it, because you see two friends go at it with one another. You know what I'm saying? Two people that don't really want to kill each other, but they pretty much have to. So while they're battling, it's pretty much like dual pistols. There's a pistol, and like, boom, you go out, take your step, fire, boom. You know what I'm saying? And it's really clever how they do it at the end of the movie. So it's like their third shot each, and Kane takes his shot, and John Wick falls. But John Wick, he's on the ground, you know what I'm saying? But you realize, like, I realized it really quickly. I'm like, wait, John Wick didn't even shoot, you know what I'm saying? But Bill Skarsgård's character, very, very ignorant, was like, oh, I want to be the one to finish off John Wick here. And that's what got him killed at the end of the day. So he grabs his gun. He's sitting there with John Wick. He's like, any last words or something like that. He said something. And Winston was like, you idiot. He was like, John Wick never shot. And John Wick just like, boom, shoots him right in the head. Winston goes, ugh. I mean, not Winston. Bill Skarsgård goes, ugh, and he dies. So, I mean, I thought that was really cool how they did the ending, because it was really unique. But yeah, that's when we find out that, like, John Wick he got too injured. I don't know how you fall off a building was not enough, but getting shot in the ribs, yeah, that's it. It is what it is, y'all. But yeah, that was the ending of the movie pretty much. But I do gotta go into my criticisms of the film. You know, I praise this movie a lot about what it did greatly. You know, great action sequence. Action was very, very intense and had me on the edge of the ground. I was gonna say edge of my seat, but I was on the edge of the ground, literally. But there was some complaints here, and I think this will be some complaints that will be fair complaints and people might agree on. This movie does not need to be 2 hours and 50 goddamn minutes. Ooh, y'all, like at first, I'm not gonna lie, those first 2 acts, I wasn't really feeling the runtime like that, but when that third act hit, and I can finally talk about it now, because I think they got edited out of the Double Toasted video, but I was saying there's a part in this third act where they could have cut 20 minutes, but they decided not to because they wanted to throw in a little more action. Right, I'll tell you guys, right, actually, right when they were talking about how they're gonna do the duel. So yeah, like pretty much like right here when they were talking about when they were gonna do the duel and stuff like that. They could have got right into the last battle, right into the duel, right? But they kind of say no, we're gonna just drop in some more action. So Bill Skarsgård puts on another bounty on John Wick's head, and now he has to survive the night. So now it's 20 more minutes of straight action, and that's when I felt like I was getting fatigued a little bit, because I'm like, this should not be here. You know, I know you want to go out with a bang, but y'all could have cut this 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying, and we could have just got right to the ending fight, but y'all didn't, and we had to endure this whole entire thing again. Now some people, yeah, you're here for the action, you care about it, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, more of it. But for me personally, I'm like, yo, why was this not cut out the film? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this movie could have literally been like 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes. And the pacing would have went a lot smoother if it wasn't for that 20 minutes that they added in the film. So that was my biggest complaint, biggest criticism in the film. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Let me give guys my rating of the film. And boy, like I tell y'all, that director, like I said, at the same time, man, that director was feeling himself in that third act. Feeling himself. Like I said, that whole entire action sequence. Now, it was cool action sequences. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, director was feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? You got these aerial shots. You got John Wick fighting with like shotgun flamethrowers or something like that. So yeah, like it was all cool shots. But yeah, like I said, that dude was feeling himself a little too much at the end. But yeah, let me go and give you guys my rating of the film. I don't think it's my favorite John Wick out of all of them, but it's up there. I'm not gonna lie. This just to me has the most amount of heart in this one. Look, I said it before, man. John Wick, Keanu Reeves still can't act, but that's not why y'all here to see it. Y'all are here for the action, and they definitely deliver. This is one of the best action franchises out there, and they continue to showcase why every single time. And they step it up a notch here. Now, like I said, it gets more crazy in this one, but it's still good at the same time. It's still enjoyable to watch. You're still having fun while you're watching it. And I think that, like I said, the movie delivers on all those aspects. You have these characters here, and I think every character was better than the previous movies where you had like those blandest characters. You know, the characters you really didn't care about, you didn't get to know too much. Now you get to know about all these other characters. You get to know their little bit of their backstories. You know, you get to kind of have fun with it. So going into it, man, I know IGN. I saw IGN and put out a rating. Rating was like 10 out of 10. I was like, I don't know where y'all getting 10 out of 10 from. I'm never tried to fight somebody's rating, but I'll fight a 10 out of 10. I ain't gonna lie. It's not no 10 out of 10. But I'll give it an 8 out of 10. No, 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. I know I give everything 8.5 out of 10. But yeah, I think it deserves this rating, man. A B+. I'll say that. That's how I'm gonna do it from now on. Just so I can stop giving stuff 8 out of 10s. I'm gonna give it a B+. This movie deserves a B+, I would say, man. I would have gave it an A, but man, some of that dialogue was just horrendously bad at some points, and the fact that the pacing could have been so much smoother if that director wasn't feeling himself in that third act, and they didn't cut that 20 minutes. If they didn't cut that 20 minutes and Keanu dialogue was on point, this probably would have been dead. Maybe 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, but off of those two factors, I cannot give it that rating. But I still had a whole lot of fun with this movie. I think my favorite is still 2. Because two just gets me so hyped to watch 3. I think that's it. But I think mine is 2, 1. No, 2. Yeah, 2, 1, 4, and then 3. I think, or 4 might be 1. I don't know. Yeah, at 3, watch 1. But hey, tell me you guys thoughts on it down below. Oh, there was an end credit scene, and I guess I can get and talk about it just really quickly, just while we're here. So I would have to do a backstory on this. So bear with me, y'all. It's the post credit scene we're talking about. Stay to the very end of the movie, very, very end. And there's this credit scene where it brings up, I forget this guy's name, but he has a daughter in the film, and Kane ends up killing him right here. And his daughter was like, yeah, I'm gonna see you again. And Kane was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be ready for you. Like, whenever you looking for me, he's like, shoot, I'm gonna be ready. And this is his daughter right here. So at the end of the movie, we finally see that Kane is like able to be free. You know, he's free of the high table and stuff like that, so he can go live his life with his daughter. And while he's walking, you just see some chick with a knife open up, and we see that it's her, and it's intended.
Yo, what's up, people? Yeah, if you guys just read it, the video cut out. I don't know why, but it cut out, so I had to record the outro like this. But if you guys stay to the end of the video or even watch the video, I really do appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out your guys' day and for watching the video. It really does mean a lot to me. If you guys could subscribe, also like the video. These videos definitely take me a lot of time to get done, and I really appreciate it. Also, if you guys seen the movie, man, put down your thoughts. I want to hear everybody else's thoughts on it. Did you guys like it as much as I did? Did you guys not? You know what I'm saying? Put it down below. Also, check out my social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, even Snapchat, but I mean, you ain't gotta go there. But yeah, definitely check me out on all that, and I definitely follow everybody back. But with saying that, man, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yeah. Quick flames.
We got a problem.
Yeah, we got a problem.
We got a problem.
It's probably you.
Probably you.
I said we got a problem.
We got a problem.
Shit, it's probably you.
Probably you.
I said we got a problem.